Hey there, good morning. We're back with In with Flynn. And, you know, we were just talking about, not everybody knows what In with Flynn is, but we know. Actually, this is how we do this every month, and this is kind of the wrap-up for the month, what's going on in the city, right?
Correct.
And
yeah.
we say In with Flynn because if you're in with Flynn, you know what's going on.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Pretty good.
I
Doing
should
good.
say, Mr. Mayor, I apologize.
Oh, that's fine.
All right. So what's going on? What's happening right now that everybody needs to know about?
Okay. Well, I thought we went over this in great detail the last show, but I wanted to mention again about the election on November 18, and it's for a sales tax extension. It's not an increase. It's just extending the current city sales tax. So it's going to raise $34 million, and we've got a whole list of things that covers, but some of the big ones are, completing the building there at Fire Station Number 1 and City Hall. It's at Lancashire and 71. We've accomplished quite a bit on that, but we've got a bit more to do yet. A lot of it has to do with the fire bays, which, that's been on the kind of planning board since Peter Christie was mayor. So we've been planning for that for a long time, and we did get the new fire station living quarters done, and that was about a year ago actually, and that has really helped the firemen. So they're in a much better mood now. So.
Yes. And if I remember, just to recap just a little bit, this is one of the reasons that we're able to go ahead and do this now is the existing bond is been paid off earlier, or will be early, and then now we pay off that bond and incorporate it into the new bond.
Yeah.
So that, anyway, it's very important. And what I want you all to know is stay tuned. Stay tuned because you need to hear what's going on. But the ad in the middle of our break today gives a really good little animated version of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So watch for that.
Very informative.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely it is. Okay, so today, October 15th, you're having...
Yeah, we're having a special meeting of City Council. It's at the library, and the point of it is every year, we figure out what the employee benefits will be, the medical benefits in particular, and then we have a meeting where City Council approves it because we need to get that done ahead of time. There's usually an open enrollment period of 30 days or so for employees to sign up. So we need to get that approved so employees can start deciding what they want to do, because some people aren't on our insurance. They might go on the insurance where their spouse is employed or different things like that.
Okay.
We have 218 employees, and around 155 or 160 are on our insurance. Now, of course, a lot of times they have family members, so the total number of people on it is 300 some. But so it's a big decision, for people to decide what they want to do. And one thing that happened a couple of years ago, we were having a big problem with increases. Our insurance was going up like 25%, 30% each year, the premiums. So starting in 2024, we decided to be self-insured. And we work with a company called Portillo. It's a big group. There's a lot of different companies and cities in it. And that has worked out well. The first year we did really well, and 2025 is the second year, and we're doing pretty well. But our health care costs are going up 10% for next year, for 2026. But it has kind of stemmed the bleeding from when we were, going with outside insurance companies.
Yes.
So it's so far it's been a successful situation. And the company that does all the claims work is called Meritain, and they've done a great job for it. You can tell from the employees whether claims are being handled in an expeditious manner or not, and it's been really good, and so we're pleased with that. It's one of those things, you figure out what the new price is, and the city wants to absorb as much of that as they can, because otherwise the employees pay by the month a certain amount, right? So we try to absorb as much as we can, and so the employees have something they can, that's good for them.
Sure.
So it's really a balancing act. You want to do what's best for the city, but you also want to give your employees something. And, it's funny, historically, a lot of people may not realize this, but cities have a kind of a historical reputation of maybe not being the highest paying, but having really good benefits. And so that's true of county government too, I'd say. So that's become kind of an expectation. People like that. Obviously, they have good benefits, so we try to accommodate that. So.
Yeah, and so the reason, I think you said this, but the reason for the special election is timing. To get this voted on today so that there's enough time for employees to make their decision within the time limit of when they have to
they have an open enrollment period, and then it goes by the calendar year, of course, so they have to decide what they're doing, then it starts January 1.
So that's the only thing on the docket.
Yeah.
Where's this docket word come from? I don't know.
On the agenda, maybe.
On the agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, where am I? Woo. Anyway, all right, so another thing that's being talked about a lot is the business license.
Yeah, the business license proposal, that's still before City Council. You have 3 readings on a lot of these things. And, of course, this is one of those, our TV show here has come up before the work session. So,
Yes.
So I had to kind of scramble around trying to figure out what's going to be on the work session. It's not until next Monday, the 22nd. And, of course, in the real city council meeting when they vote is on October 29.
Yeah.
So I had to scramble around a little, try and figure out what's going to be on the work session. Usually our TV show is the third Wednesday. It falls after the work session.
Yeah.
The calendar fooled us this month.
Yeah.
So, but the business license I know is going to be on there because it's been on in the past, and there's been some conversation about it. We haven't had one in the past. Bella Vista has not, but all the larger communities around us have one. And the people in planning and building inspection and whatnot, they feel like it's necessary. We found people going out starting businesses, maybe it's the wrong zoning or something, and so we feel like it's necessary if we find out about things right at the front, we're able to help them comply with the law, and it's smoother than trying to clean it up after the fact.
Absolutely.
But so many things are happening in Bella Vista now, it's gotten to be more of a issue, so that's why this has come up as something we probably should do.
But it would be really nice for everybody to know what businesses are here in Bella Vista. And it's not about, oh my goodness, I want to go out there and get more fees out of you or anything. It's more about knowing what businesses are here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So license is maybe a scary word, but not.
Yeah.
It's kind of an important thing.
Yeah.
So you're working on the budget right now.
Yes, and that's always a big challenge, of course, and it's a once-a-year thing, and there's just really a lot to it because things happen in different departments, and they realize, we need help here or there, and on the other hand, you only have so much revenue coming in, so you have to balance that.
Yeah.
And we've had so much. One of the areas I've really noticed is on the building side. We've had so much building going on. We had 636 housing starts last year, and this year it's going to be more than that. And the other day, our chief building official told me that we actually have more than 600 houses in play right now. So
and it's just October.
Yeah, it just keeps going. I mean, there's great demand to be here, and of course we're starting to get more commercial now too, with Blue Crane starting the bike park.
I noticed there was more grading. They're working their way this way on 71, tearing down the buildings and things, and it's coming up pretty fast, that bike lift.
Yeah, they're talking about being ready summer 2026, so they're moving along pretty well, I'd say.
Any other that you can talk about, because you don't talk about them unless they're pretty much a sure thing, is there any anything you could tell us about what might happen commercially? Is there something that's on the horizon? Or?
Well, I think they're looking at. A lot of people have probably heard about this. I don't know if rehabilitating is the right word, but kind of giving a facelift to the shopping center across the street there, which of course they had bought a while ago. Blue Crane had bought the Sugar Creek Shopping Center, and they're focused on having more restaurants in particular in that shopping center. So I think that's something that's.
So the next thing might be that strip to watch.
Yeah, and particularly with the bike trail, Razorback Greenway going behind there.
Yes.
They're thinking that if you had some restaurants, it'd be nice to sit out on the patio, and then you'd be right on the bike trail. And this is a regional thrust, I would say. There's a big emphasis on developing things along the Razorback Greenway. So from our point of view,
like
Bella
yes.
Vista, I'm glad that we have the Razorback Greenway in Bella Vista. There's a special alliance, and it's just cities that are on the Razorback Greenway, and it's 7 communities. It's the 4 big ones, and Bella Vista, and Johnson, and Lowell. So it's somewhat of a prestigious club to be in.
Yes.
Because there's really things happening. And there's definitely an emphasis about having assets, things along the Greenway.
So that says, what I hear you say and what I'm hoping for is that extension of the Razorback Greenway should happen fairly soon. Right?
Yeah.
Where it comes along the creek and okay, good.
Going on Reardon Road. Right?
Yes. Okay. No real surprises with the budget, just stuff.
Yeah.
What do you have them do?
Yeah.
Like dream, and then you cut it back to what you have? Is that what you do?
Well, that goes that way a little bit. They don't seem to need any encouragement to dream. They do that on their own, the department heads. But,
Right.
they're all real responsible, and a lot of times they'll say, look, I know there's budgetary constraints, and, we ought to do this, and this, but if we can only do part of it, I get that. Most of them are pretty experienced and mature, and they're good to work with, I think. But you do have to say no to people sometimes, and that's not the most fun, but it has to be.
But, so how do you know they're not saying this and hoping for this, and this is where they're going to land anyway?
Yeah.
So everybody wins, right?
Yeah, right. Some of them even say that out loud. Like, I better ask for 6 people if I want to have 3.
If you want 3.
Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're talking about trucks here?
Oh, yeah. I was just looking at what's coming up on the council meeting, and there's the police department had in $128,000 for 2 Ford F-250 trucks, and that is in the budget. So I imagine that they'll get approval on that.
Oh, it's already in the budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, most things people ask for are in the budget, and so that helps a lot when they're trying to get them passed. And I've noticed a definite tendency lately for department heads to be reluctant. It used to be they'd ask for things, and you can amend the budget and then give them these extra things.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes stuff happens middle of the year that's just completely unforeseeable. But for the most part, people are very reluctant to ask for budget amendments, which is a good thing, actually, from my point of view. But, trying to control the costs, keep things under control. So we're not having a lot of that budget amendment stuff.
But, okay, so if it's in the budget, it's already been approved. They don't have to come back and ask for it again.
Well, they actually still have to.
They have to come
get
back
it
and say, I'm
approved.
ready
Yeah.
to spend this money,
Yeah.
and here's what I want.
Yeah, but people are, on council are much more prone to, well, if it was in the budget in the first place, But an example, the kind of thing that happens, we have this problem on Oldham Road.
Yes.
And where the road was dipping and period would eventually fail even.
Yes.
And so we have some people going out and getting bids on that. Now that wasn't in the budget, but it's something you have to do.
Yeah.
You know, something like that, people understand, you know, oh, I hate to have to amend the budget. And that could be somewhat expensive. We're a little kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop on that.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
On Tuesday, November 18th, the City of Bella Vista will hold a special election. The City of Bella Vista would like to extend the current sales tax bond that is currently in place. A vote of yes is not an increase in our sales tax. With the passage of this vote, the City plans to secure bonds based on the promise of repayment with sales tax revenue. This is like a mortgage and a way for the City to borrow money and pay it back over time. This new bond would be used to pay off the existing debt, fund major long-term capital projects, free up current funds, and replenish city reserves, broaden the tax burden to tourists and out-of-town visitors, fund new capital improvements without raising taxes. If the ballot item to repay the existing debt does not pass, the city will face increased costs, delays, or cancellation of future much-needed projects. The city will need to use reserve funds to pay expenses and seek other financing options for these projects that could result in an increase for taxpayers. With the approval of this bond, first, Bella Vista will pay existing debt, $6.175 million for the remaining balance on the current sales tax bond, $5.12 million for the remaining balance on franchise fee bond. The city needs $8 million to complete the renovation of City Hall and the existing fire bays, and perform new construction of 2 fire bays, a gym, an office, and storage space. The fire department needs $6 million to build a new fire station and a replacement fire truck, plus 2 ambulance remounts. The police department needs $3 million to install 3 radio towers and purchase and maintain new police cars for 2 years. The street department needs $6.1 million to cover the cost of 2 years of street resurfacing and to purchase replacement backhoe and excavator, plus a new grader and roller.
We're back. All right. So, I always get excited about the next thing we're going to talk about. You call it the newcomers meeting, but it's also called meet and greet.
Yeah.
And that's this
right.
coming Saturday, October the 18th.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's just, there's a lot of new folks hopefully watching. So what is that? What do we do?
Yeah. That, and I believe that starts at 9:30, maybe coffee at 9 a.m. And what that is it's for residents who have moved here recently, and then they have a presentation by the head of the POA, Tom Judson, and a presentation by myself, and a presentation by Selena Lee, who's over the ACC. And they tell people all about the city and what's available, in particular the POA, there's a lot of different things,
stuff.
Different locations, and they try to bring people up to speed. I think it's a great program because you could really learn a lot in a hurry. And also, you folks televise it, so
we do.
I think there's opportunity for people to watch it.
And
remotely.
we have a lot of vendors in there.
Yeah.
Not vendors so much as nonprofits that offer different services that people need to know about.
Yeah, that was kind of something they added, I'd say a year or two ago, and I'd say it's been successful. A lot of different groups and clubs come there, and people can visit with them, learn about what they're up to, because a lot of times a new resident would like to join something and just doesn't know it's there.
That's
So,
it. That's
yeah.
it. Yeah, and it's at the rec, at the POA rec there on
the rec
what
center,
used to be called
right.
the Reardon Hall.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty big deal, and it's really good. And I've heard people say that you do it quarterly, I think, but even if you came to one earlier, there's always something new happening. So it's okay to come again.
Yeah, I have people come up to me later and say, "Oh, I met you at the newcomers meeting,"
Yeah.
and we even got a couple of employees that had gone to newcomers meeting and later became employees of the city.
See?
Well, I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
So
You never know, do you?
yeah.
All right, so we've got all these things you were talking about earlier that are happening right now this month in the fall.
Yeah, that same day, Treat Street at the library is October 18. It's from 1 to 3 p.m., and that's for the little kids, and it's been a big success. The library's had a lot of good luck with younger kids. All the programs for even preschoolers, young kids have really caught fire, and they keep growing and growing, and so they're pretty enthused about that at the library. They like that. So what else do we have? Friday, October 24, from 4 to 7 p.m. is Trick or Treat Town.
And that's right there by Allen's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess on the green space north of Allen's. It's they've had that for a couple of years, and I think they were almost surprised what a big success it was.
Yes.
I think the Business Association had a lot to do with it, and I know Selena Lee from the ACC's worked real hard on it, and it's astounding the number of people they're getting at that.
It is an event of the Business Association, and you're
Yeah.
right. We just thought in the beginning, it's just going to be this little bitty thing, and just all kinds of people and things. So it's good stuff. You going to go?
Yeah.
You going to dress up?
So, well, I don't know about that.
Well, you could do a little sign around your neck and say, "This is what a mayor looks like," or something.
That's right. There you go.
There you go.
So.
All right, and then as always, this is really cool, and I guess a lot of communities do it, but most all of our churches have trunk or treat. Is that right?
Yeah, and that's mainly probably going to be on Friday, October 31, because Halloween's on a Friday, which makes it especially good. But yeah, quite a few of the churches in the area do that. I've noticed Halloween it seems very big as a holiday, a lot of decorating. The decorating is really caught on, and it's, I think it's a little less door-to-door and a little more having things like trunk or treat and things.
Do you ever
like
get
that.
anybody door to door? We don't.
I don't too much, but my neighborhood's a little, like a lot of, some neighborhoods in Bella Vista, maybe the houses are close together and it's flat, but mine's a little challenging, when the houses start to get far apart and you're going up and down hills.
Well, they always say, leave your porch light on if you want people to come by.
Yeah.
If you don't, turn your lights off and...
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad we have things for the kids.
Yeah, it's
That's
nice.
really important. Okay, looks like our little sheet here kind of ran out, but I know that you know some other things that are coming up.
There's just so much happening lately. It's really something. But, one of the things that's happened is what I really noticed my time personally, I'm probably busier now than I've ever been when I was mayor, and there's several reasons for that. One is so many outdoor activities, people have started to schedule them in the spring and fall instead of in summer because they feel like it's too hot.
Yes.
So it's unbelievable. Sometimes I have 2, 3, 4 events, on a Saturday to go to, and it's kind of neat that so many things are going on, but it certainly keeps people busy. And the second thing is working on the budget, so you end up having meetings with all the different departments and trying to figure it out, and so that takes a lot of time. And then the third thing is this election on November 18th, the sales tax election. And what I was trying to do, we had some public meetings, town halls, and they weren't very well attended, which is not uncommon. So I thought it'd be a good idea really to go to some of the clubs and churches when they're having a meeting for other reasons, because some of them get 60 or 70 people, and some of them even get upwards of 100 people at a meeting. They'll have a once a month meeting.
Yes.
So it's better to go to their meeting and talk to everybody then. And of course you guys have really helped on our show here and helped get the word out, and I really appreciate that. So
let's go over just quickly, we have some extra time here, the fact that there are going to be 4 bullets for them to choose from on the ballot? 4
Yeah,
or 5?
actually there's 6
6,
altogether.
okay.
Yeah.
But that very first one, let's talk about that. Very first one.
Yeah, the first one is paying off the existing bond, which is about $6 million. And so you have to vote yes on that one or nothing happens.
Yes.
That one has to pass because you're paying off the existing bond and you're starting the new bond. So then the second one is also financial. It has to do with paying off a revenue bond we have. This kind of bill consolidation, this way we'll have just one, literally we'll have only one debt, and it'll be this new debt covered by the sales tax. So those two. Then the third one is, I should probably use my cheat sheet a little here. Third one is $8 million, and that's to finish everything at 71 in Lancashire, which is offices for the planning and development and for the permitting departments. And that's where City Hall used to be. It's right by Lancashire. And that was completely gutted, so we're trying to get that done. And then the 3 existing bays, we're going to fix those up, put new doors on them and new electrical. They go back pretty far, I think 1970 or so. So they need a little facelifting. But then the most important part is the 2 new bays.
Yes.
They're going to be taller and longer. And up above it, there's going to be a mezzanine, and that will have space for extra medical supplies. And it'll have an office for the medical director who's with the fire department. And it's also going to have a gym. The fire department personnel, they like to lift weights and work out and whatnot. Interestingly, the fire department, if you're in the fire department, there's a physical every year. You have to pass a physical.
Well, I can imagine.
So,
they
yeah.
are in some pretty, when it happens, they
Yeah.
need to be fit.
Yeah, it's really good the way they stay fit because, you're supposed to be able to carry people up, down ladders and all kinds of things like that.
Yeah.
So it's, and it is a lot of agility involved. So all that is $8 million. And the next thing is for the fire department is $6 million, and it's for a new fire station number 5 and a new pumper truck and 2 new ambulances. Actually, they're remounted ambulances. And so that's for $6 million. And the new, people always ask me, well, where's the new fire station going to be? And the plan is for it to be in south central Bella Vista. So it'd be kind of like down by Allen's in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't located or zeroed in on a particular plot of land yet, but the idea is that you could get over south side of Lake Windsor, for instance, or somewhere in the southeast, to make the response time faster.
Gotcha.
So it's a real challenge in Bella Vista, the way our roads are, and the city's so big, it's around 47 square miles. To get good response times, you have to kind of spread the fire stations out. But,
Yeah.
But I think that's a logical area for it. And so then let's see what else. Well, for the police department, there's $3 million, and that was for 3 new radio towers and a couple years worth of police vehicles. We spend about $500,000 or $600,000 a year on police vehicles. We drive them to 110,000, 120,000 miles, and so it's kind of, you're constantly rotating the fleet a bit every year.
Yeah.
And the last thing is street department. We had about $6 million for the street department, and that was for there's several pieces of equipment they need, and that's for 2 years of paving, asphalt paving. We've started to do a little more paving and slurry than we used to. Like last year, we did 45 miles between the two. So
And that's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot more
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah. So, one citizen, he saw my chart here, and he said, you should have put the street one up at the top page.
That affects me the most.
Yeah. So, it's a constant challenge with the streets, but I feel good about that department and how hard they work and what they've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, they're really dedicated people, for
Yeah.
sure.
So,
You know, one other thing that I'm thinking of that we need to remind people of, you know, this last 24 months now, I believe, the new code development and all of that has been approved.
Yeah.
And it becomes effective when?
Yeah, it was, well, 60
December
days
the
after it
1st.
was passed, so it would be September, October. Yeah, late November, I
Yeah.
guess it would be
Yes,
effective.
yes.
So.
Which means a lot of, I'm going to say relief, but a lot of easier ways, more succinct ways to get some things done, not only for developers, but also for your staff, for your
Yeah.
planning staff.
Yeah.
And I know in the Planning Commission, it makes our life a little more simple
Yeah.
because a lot of effort went into making that new code applicable to Bella Vista and not just anywhere in Northwest Arkansas, because we're unique.
Yeah,
So that's almost here, and our lives will, all of our lives will become a little better, don't you
Yeah.
think? Easier.
sure.
Still got to go by the rules,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anything else you'd like to say?
Oh, I think that kind of covers what we have going on. So
Okay.
it's been busy, but it's been fun. I feel good about what's going on with the city and
Okay.
how
So
everything's
when's the
going.
next meeting?
Well, let's see. City Council work session is Monday, October 22, and then the City Council meeting is Monday, October 29.
Right.
But we have that special meeting tonight. That's at 5:30 at the library.
Okay, I think we're out of time, but thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate you, and I'll see you at those meetings.
Okay?
Yeah, and next month we'll have a lot more to talk about, I'm pretty sure. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.